What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. I've gotten a lot of questions about these headlights, right, in the past. They're getting really popular, and the biggest question I get is, how's the lighting output? Well, it's okay, but I'm going to do something today to make things a little better. Today, we're actually going to be installing new high beam bulbs from Auxito. So Auxito is getting really big in the lighting market. They're everywhere, and they offer almost every bulb you could possibly want. So I want to start off by changing the high beam bulbs in these housings because they are actually pretty shy. You wouldn't think so being so exposed, but I feel like there's a lot to be gained in these high beams. So we're going to start off by putting these LED bulbs in those housings and seeing what happens. So the first thing we need to do is take out the bolts for the housings. There's going to be two here, and there's going to be one tucked back in here under the wheel well that you do not want to forget, because that gets ugly in a hurry. So, like I mentioned before, these headlight housings right here, just so you guys know, because I looked forever to find information without tearing them down. So you have an H7 bulb in the low beam and an H1 bulb in the high beam. And if you can see in there, there's two little metal pin clips. Those just, you push down. It's kind of hard to do this with one hand. Push down and move it to the side. And that releases the clip. You can move that out of the way. Then you can just simply pull the bulb out. Just like that. That is your high beam bulb. So after you get your bulb out, you're going to notice there's still a ground wire in there connected to the housing. You can see that in there. Goes in, it's connected to the housing. You're going to pull that off. Unplug your bulb. Maybe. Unplug your bulb. Set that aside. Now with these new bulbs, this is the Auxito bulb. This is what they send you. Send you two of them. You also get two of these little jumpers. In this application, you don't need this. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the red wire, which is your positive, and you're going to go right to the thick. You see there's two sizes there. You're going to go right to the big spade with the positive. You're going to take the ground and go right to the small spade. Then it's a matter of just getting the bulb back in the housing. Well, guys, it's been a couple days, and there's a reason for that. This has been a pretty good little learning experience. I knew that the low beam circuit ran on the CAN bus, and if I was going to convert these lights to LED or HID, that it would mess with the CAN bus setup, and they would flicker and do weird things. I did not realize that the high beam circuit is also on that same CAN bus system. So these high beams, the LED high beams in this truck, need what they call a decoder. So we did pick up a set of decoders. This is what they are. I got these from Auxito as well. They sell not only the bulbs for your project, but also these decoders, anti-flicker harnesses, whatever you want to call them. They sell them so that you can get everything at one spot. So let me show you guys what this flicker actually is, so you guys know when you do your project. So you see how with the truck off, it's not running, just sitting here, headlights on, high beams on, They aren't flickering, they aren't doing anything funny. They're working like they should. So watch what happens when I actually start the truck. And this is what you're going to find too. This might answer a lot of your questions and concerns about what you might have going on when you convert, say, to HIDs or LEDs in this case from a normal incandescent bulb. You saw the lights flicker back and forth on off on each side, and then they went out entirely. It's because of the CAN bus system. It basically doesn't know what it's doing. It doesn't have the same resistance values as the incandescent bulbs, your normal bulbs. So that's what you get. That is, you know, that's an extreme case. On the Dodges, I've seen a few different ones do that, and they will also, I've seen cars where they flicker really fast. Now, I'm not going to get too deep into an LED and how they work and all that fun stuff. I'm just going to show you how to fix this problem by putting in the decoders I showed you a minute ago. Again, this is super simple. It's just an extra part. If you run into this problem when you're installing some LED lights into your car, don't panic. These little things are cheap. It's just going to take a couple days to get them, but it's just another step in the process, another thing to learn. So be it. So let's get the headlights pulled off again. We're just going to pull it back. They're super simple to install, and then it'll be done. I'll show you guys they're fixed. So installing the encoder, your decoder, into these lights, super easy. So what we want to do is we actually want to pull back. We're going to pull back our rubber boot. Let's see here. The bulb just presses in. Take the bulb out. Just makes it easier. So this is really hard to do with one hand, so I had to put you down for a second. What I did was I took the bulb out, I plugged one end of the decoder in, black for ground, white for power, came out here, did the same thing. It's basically an inline module. And for the sake of argument, I'm just going to stick it in the hole with the headlight. There's not a lot of room in there, so it's not going to bounce around and do a bunch of goofy things. And then I'm just going to put everything back in, put the dust boot back on, and then reinstall the headlight. You know, like I said before, it's not that hard to do. It's just an extra step and an extra little part you have to buy. But it's nothing to worry about. It's not really going to hold you up. You'll just know for next time. And chalk the whole thing up as a learning experience. At some cars that use these newer vehicles that use a CAN bus setup, or you know, they don't have simple lighting circuits, they need a little bit extra. No big deal. Now that we have both sides done, I went ahead and did that side off camera because you already saw this side, and it's the same thing. I'm not going to bolt anything up until I know for a fact that I hooked them up correctly. But for now, let's go ahead and let's start the truck back up and let's see what happens. So if you guys noticed, before when I switched from low beam to high beam with the engine running, they would flicker, bounce back between sides, basically, and then shut off. Well, now they don't do that. Now everything works like it should. So if you have that problem after you put LED lights in, keep that in mind that you might actually need a decoder or anti-flicker harness. They're the same thing. They just have different names. Different people call them different things. But keep that in mind, and keep in mind also that by no means does it have anything to do, or don't even think that these Auxito products are subpar, because they are really high quality, really straightforward. After dealing with these, I know there's going to be more to come, because they're that good. They're awesome products. They have bulbs to do anything and everything you probably would ever want to do with your factory lights. Man, I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm super happy about them. Like I said, gonna go out tonight, get some pictures. You guys will probably see those in just a second. But for now, I'm gonna put these back together, and we'll see you in a few minutes. It'll be seconds for you guys. It'll be a while for me since the sun's still up, but hang tight. Well, guys, it's been a few days since we played with the lights on this truck. Actually, to be exact, it's been about a month. And the reason behind that is I wanted time to make sure they're right. Play with them, make sure they're adjusted right, make sure they're working right, and basically make sure they last, right? So, it's been a month. I have done a few things. If you can see the light in there through the water, I don't know if you can. When I put them in, I had them vertical. It turns out with those housings, it didn't like that. So I moved them horizontally, and it actually uses more of the housing itself. Even though it's so small, it seems to bounce light out better. So there was that. I wanted to make sure there was no flickering issues, none of that. And they both worked flawless. I tried not to leave you guys hanging that long, but for this one, I just wanted to make sure it worked. And they did. They're holding up great. They're bright. They're nice. They put out pretty good light. I'll put the side-by-side shot on the screen right now, and what you'll see is on your left will be the factory high beams, and on your right will be these Auxito bulbs. Now this was before adjustment, so keep that in mind. But what you'll see is that the Auxito light gives out, it's brighter light. That white light is awesome. You can see more with that white light. They're not as dull. It might not look like it in the picture. I'll have to look at the pictures again. But the Auxito light does actually reach out farther than it looks on the picture. Again, I am restricted by the housings. I thought putting an LED in these housings for the high beam would really wake them up, make them work. But I think where I'm at right now is kind of the best case scenario. What I have is as bright as it's going to be out of these housings, and I'm afraid that the housing itself is just too small. I don't know for a fact, but something about it tells me that I'm not going to get much more out of the high beams on this until we add light bars or maybe, I don't know, build those headlights and put pods in them. I don't know, but I do think it's as bright as it's going to get right now. So if you guys are thinking about getting a set of these LED bulbs, I will put the link to Auxito down in the description below. And like I said in the beginning, you can find any bulb you want, to convert your vehicle from a halogen to an LED. Headlights, turn signals, brake lights, anything and everything. So I really hope you guys go check them out. So the quality's good, they work for a long time, and they're just great. So I'm gonna leave you guys here with that. Sorry to keep you waiting so long, but I just wanted to make sure it was right. I wanted to make sure that the longevity was there. I didn't have any more flickering issues with those decoders in there. I just wanted to make sure you guys had an honest video. So with that being said, I will see you guys on the next one. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a good one.